Welcome to Mindful Moments. Nourish your mind on the go. This audio uses AI narration to present our original book analysis. Today, we're diving into Cixin Liu's The Three-Body Problem. It's a Chinese science fiction novel that's really taken the world by storm. It's about humanity's first encounter with an alien civilization. And the whole thing kicks off during a really specific period in China's history, the Cultural Revolution.
Yeah, and it's not just a backdrop. It's woven into the story itself. The Cultural Revolutions, chaos, and violence, they kind of become this crucible, shaping the worldview of our main character, astrophysicist Ye Wenji.
Right. It's a brutal introduction to Ye Wenji's story. Her father, also a physicist, is tragically killed during all the political upheaval. And we see her wrestling with this trauma of loss and the disillusionment that comes after. Eventually, she's recruited this top-secret military project, Red Coast Base. They're tasked with the search for extraterrestrial intelligence.
And at Red Coast Base, you see this clash of motivations. You've got these idealistic scientists, totally driven by pure discovery. And then you have the military leaders, focused on, strategic advantage out there in the cosmos. And underneath it all, there's this simmering anxiety about the potential dangers of contact.
And that fear, it's not misplaced at all.
Yeah.
Ye Wenji does make contact with a civilization known as the Trisolarans. And let's just say, they aren't exactly friendly.
Right. The Trisolarans are facing their own kind of existential crisis. Their home planet, Trisolaris, orbits 3 suns. Hence the title. The three-body problem. It's a chaotic system, really unpredictable. It throws their planet into these devastating cycles. Extreme heat and cold, they call them chaotic eras and stable eras.
So basically, they've got their sights set on Earth as a potential new home, which is a bit of a problem for humanity.
To say the least. The novel then shifts to a present-day storyline. We meet Wang Miao. He's a nanomaterials researcher. And he starts experiencing this unnerving countdown that appears everywhere in his vision, even in this virtual reality game called Three-Body.
Of course.
Yeah.
Very appropriate.
Exactly.
So the game itself, it becomes this immersive window into the Trisolaran world. It's like players are forced to confront the harsh realities of their chaotic 3-sun cycles, almost like a chilling premonition of what could happen to Earth.
It's a powerful allegory for the unpredictable nature of the universe and the huge challenge we face when we're confronted with the unknown. And what makes it even more gripping is that the Trisolarans, they're not just passively waiting for their fleet to arrive, they're engaging in a much more insidious form of invasion.
Oh, that sounds ominous.
It is, and this is where we get to a really unsettling element. The Earth Trisolaris organization, they call it ETO for short. It's this clandestine group that actually supports the Trisolaran invasion. They think humanity's time is up, and the Trisolarans are the rightful successors.
It's hard to wrap your head around that. People on Earth actively rooting for our own downfall. What would drive them to such extremes?
The ETO is a mixed bag. Really diverse and often disturbing motivations. Some are just completely disillusioned with humanity. They see us as self-destructive and believe that Trisolarans, despite the threat, represent a superior force, maybe even a better order.
There's one character who embodies this, Mike Evans, this wealthy heir, who subscribes to pan-species communism. He believes all species are equal and thinks humanity's dominance has come at a terrible cost.
Evans is fascinating.
Yeah.
Because he's got this twisted idealism. He's willing to sacrifice humanity for what he sees as the greater good, the balance of the cosmos. Makes you think about the limits of empathy and how ideology can be warped into something dangerous.
And even within the ETO, there are all these competing factions, each with their own take on what the Trisolaran arrival means.
Right. You have the Adventists, the most extreme faction. They totally embrace the invasion and actively work to sabotage human society. They believe humanity's destruction is inevitable, necessary for the Trisolarans to establish their order.
And then there are the Redemptionists. They practically worship the Trisolarans, see them as technologically and morally superior.
And of course, the survivors, the pragmatists. Just focused on their own survival, no matter who wins.
It's like a mirror to how we react to these huge threats. Some cling to radical ideologies, others find comfort in faith, and some just focus on self-preservation. Makes you wonder what choices we would make when faced with the unimaginable.
As the ETO gets bolder, their influence spreads into important institutions, hindering scientific progress, even resorting to violence to achieve their goals. So humanity faces a threat, not just from the stars, but from within.
And that internal struggle might be the most unsettling part. How do you fight an enemy who thinks they're working for the greater good, even if that good means the end of our civilization?
This is where the story circles back to Wang Miao. He gets pulled deeper into the mystery of the countdown and the ETO. He teams up with Cixin, that pragmatic detective. Remember him?
Oh, yeah. He brought a dose of realism.
Exactly. Cixin is the voice of reason, telling everyone to eat, sleep, maintain some normalcy. Even as the world seems to be falling apart, he becomes crucial in the fight against the ETO and the Trisolarans.
So Wang Miao and Cixin, they're on this thrilling quest to uncover the truth about the ETO, their plans, and that menacing countdown. They meet some interesting characters along the way, like Wei Cheng, this reclusive math genius, obsessed with solving the three-body problem itself.
Wei Cheng's story is tragic, but also hopeful. Reminds us that even with impossible odds, human ingenuity finds a way. There will always be those who search for solutions, try to understand the universe, even when it seems impossible.
Yeah. His dedication to that problem suggests that even the most chaotic systems might have patterns we can figure out, a way to predict and maybe even control the forces that govern our existence.
But as that countdown gets closer to zero, the danger gets more intense. The fate of humanity rests on the choices of just a few individuals.
The first book ends on a cliffhanger. It leaves you wanting more. Cixin Liu does a fantastic job, blending science, history, philosophy, and politics. It's an unforgettable reading experience.
It really makes you think about our place in the universe and the choices we make when faced with the unthinkable.
Speaking of the unthinkable, we haven't even talked about the Trisolarans' plan to stop human scientific progress. That's where things get really mind-bending, and this is where the sophons come in. These tiny particles, almost mythical. They're a key part of the Trisolarans' plan. It's like they've weaponized quantum physics.
It's not their size that makes them so unsettling. It's their stealth and how they're everywhere. They disrupt our understanding of the universe at the most basic level.
Like a magician's trick.
Yeah.
You're looking for the big illusion, but the real trick is happening right in front of you. They manipulate particles, interfere with experiments, even create phenomena that defy physics. It would make any scientist question their sanity.
Imagine running an experiment and getting results that contradict the laws of nature. It creates doubt, uncertainty. It paralyzes the scientific community.
It's a mental virus, spreading confusion and paranoia. And the worst part, the Trisolarans know exactly what they're doing.
It's sabotage, a long game, to make sure that when their fleet arrives, humanity is helpless.
It's a brilliant tactic.
Yeah.
But Cixin Liu doesn't show humanity as totally defeated. We have people like Wang Miao and Cixin determined to fight back.
And we can't forget human ingenuity and our resilience. History shows us, even with incredible challenges, we adapt, we innovate, we survive.
The three-body problem isn't about easy answers. It makes you think about huge questions. What is civilization really? What are the limits of science? What choices will we make when we face the unknown?
It's a masterpiece. It challenges our assumptions, makes us confront our place in the universe, the mix of science, politics, and human drama. It's unforgettable.
It stays with you. If you're looking for a story that makes you think and leaves you pondering the big questions, I highly recommend reading The Three-Body Problem.
And to keep feeding your mind, make sure to subscribe to Mindful Moments and buy the book using the link below. You won't regret it.